So the Wembanyama takeover of the NBA is not stopping. The man is hooping. All the people saying about, oh, Wembanyama is like, Wemby's not this, Wemby's not that. Oh, he's overrated, sophomore slump. I think all of that can be put to bed. I think we can stop talking about all that. What we can't stop talking about is the fact that we're doing Hoopsmas on this channel. We are going to be uploading 10 videos every single day on average between now and Christmas Day. Obviously, we started yesterday for the 25 days of December. We are on day number 2 of it. And we are trying to hit 7,000 subscribers by the end of the day. Right now, we are 26 off. It would be absolutely incredible if we could somehow hit 7K today. And we are going for 10K by the end of the month. But Victor Wembanyama, this man right here, I'm not joking when I say this, is the best second-year player we've seen since Luka. I think that's a safe thing we can say. Like, he is a guaranteed all-star. Like, Luka made the All-NBA first team, and Wembanyama is not, like, there is no guarantee that Wemby does not make the All-NBA first team. Like, obviously, Luka made the All-NBA first team because he got another All-Star like type player in Porzingis, and then they became the 5th seed in his second year, which is crazy. But the San Antonio Spurs are in with a chance. I mean that. They're in with a chance of being a 6th seed. And I think if they make the playoffs, Wemby's going to be on the All-NBA first team, which is a crazy thing to say. So, Wemby Spurs are 11-9. They're 7-3 through their last 10. And in those last 8 games, by the way, and this is while they're winning, over his last 8 games, Wemby is averaging 31, 11, 4.5 assists, 4.4 stocks, while shooting 43% from 3, 54% from the field. And yeah, it means he's shooting over 60% from 2. The guy is becoming one of the he's a one of a kind. We've never seen a Wembanyama before. And on the season, he is now averaging 24 points, 10 rebounds, and nearly 4 assists a game, while also leading the NBA in blocks with 3.5 per game. Like, Victor Wembanyama, right at this point in time, if we're talking about the MVP ladder, he's probably 7 or 8. He's probably 7 or 8. If the NBA was to stop today, he's an All-NBA second-team player. Like, who's been better than him this season? Tatum, as of right now, the first team should be Jokic, Giannis, Tatum, Shea, and it'll probably be Luka, a.k.a. the same All-NBA team again. Was that the All-NBA first team last year? First team 2024. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. So last year, the first team was Giannis, Luka, Shea, Jokic, Tatum. And I'm pretty sure the year before that was Giannis, Luka, Shea, Embiid, Tatum. And if I'm not mistaken, the year before that was Giannis, Luka, I can't remember, Jokic, Tatum. Like, I need to see all NBA teams. Because there is a possibility that the All-NBA teams could be the exact same as last year. And I think the player that could possibly infiltrate that is, it genuinely is Victor. Because Victor Wembanyama, he's so good on the defensive end. And that's one of the things where it's like, yes, defense isn't as important as offense, but it still matters. And he could be, I don't know, maybe Tatum drops a little bit. But to be fair, Tatum's going to make his 4th in a row. He's going to make his 4th in a row. And I've just looked and I'm like, Giannis, Tatum, Luka have made the last 3. It could be the same team as last year. But if it's not, it'll be this guy, I think. As of right now, AD is in the MVP race. I don't think when it's all said and done, Anthony Davis is going to be ahead of Victor Wembanyama. Because the Lakers, I don't think are going to be better than the Spurs. Which is a crazy statement to make. I'm not entirely sure they're going to be better than the Spurs. Like, if you look at their records, if you look at their games back, like, the Spurs are only a game back on the Lakers. And I know it might be a crazy thing to say that they're not going to be better than the Spurs, but the Spurs are in better form. The Lakers slid a little bit. LeBron's regressing. We don't know about AD's health. Whereas Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs are only ascending. As a team, they're getting better. Having Chris Paul there, even though, look, Chris Paul's not putting up the craziest numbers in the world, having Chris Paul there is a huge help for that team. And as well as that, they've got their own pick if they don't make the playoffs, if they're in the play-in. They've got they've got the Atlanta Hawks pick, who are probably going to be a play-in team. And suddenly you could somehow fluke into being like the 4th pick or something and get Agar Demon. Imagine having a 6'9", do-it-all, pass-first point guard beside Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell on the wings, with Wembanyama and Jeremy Sohan rounding out the starting 5. Like, even Harrison Barnes is doing something. Stephon Castle has been superb as a rookie, and he's only getting better. Jeremy Sohan is only getting better when he's healthy. Who else is on this team that's doing well? Like, obviously, Vassell is still Vassell. He's still a good player. And it's a team where it's like, stats-wise, you're looking like points per game. You've only got Wemby over 20, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Where is it? Will I find box scores, maybe? I don't know. No, it's box scores per game. I don't know how to find that on the NBA site. But the Spurs are looking good. Wemby's looking good. And I mean it when I say I think that the Spurs are going to be that team that gets into the top 6. It's crazy. It is a crazy statement to make. I don't think the Clippers are going to be there. Actually, what? It's so... I think the Warriors fall off. I think the Spurs do it. Maybe the Spurs end up 7th or 8th and in the play-in. But I can see the Spurs winning 45 games. Which, from what they were 2 years ago, is crazy. And they've got who I genuinely think is going to be the best player in the world in the next 3 years. And for Americans, you better hope Jason Tatum wins MVP this year, because I do not see an American winning MVP for a long time in the NBA. I really don't. Like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is what, is he younger than Tatum? He might be younger than Tatum, or the same age as Tatum. Luka Doncic is younger than Jason Tatum. Eventually, he's got to win one. He's got to win one. Like, the guy's had multiple, like, 32 plus 9-9 seasons and not won one. Like, he's got to win one. And then Jokic is still Jokic. Giannis is still Giannis. And then Wemby's coming up. We might legitimately go a decade without an American player winning MVP, which would be crazy. And I think he's not an MVP candidate this year. I think he's probably going to be All-NBA second team, but I think he's in with a shout of making the All-NBA first team this year. And as well as that, I think he's an MVP candidate as early as next year. They said that ranking him above AD was crazy at the start of the year from ESPN, and based off the first 6 games where he looked like he was having a sophomore slump and AD looked like he was going to be an MVP candidate, yeah, you could kind of say from then it looked bad, but at this point in time, Wemby. Give me Wemby over AD. And yes, AD outdueled Wemby when they played. But if you're asking me who I want, even for one game this year, give me Wemby over AD. Especially the Wemby of the last 8 games.